A very big avenue for Apex Legends content. Seems like it could be the end of the road after all. After we thought it was the end of the road, looks like things turned around and we're all set and fine, good and dandy. And then it looks like once again, Apex and Respawn have patched something specific that unfortunately seems like it eliminates a really big aspect for Apex content. Also, we've got the #1 ranked player exposed that we talked about on our ALGS channel. Also going to touch on that as well. And along with Respawn Entertainment coming out with an Ask Me Anything about Revenant Reborn as well. A lot to dive into and discuss. Make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel. And before we dive into absolutely anything, my good old editor Novell is going to show you this amazing clip that I hit a 1v3 in rank, and then I'm gonna tell you who it was on. Roll the clip. Question. Mistake.
Fucking Revenant, bro. Nice.
You can play mine after you need to.
On your feet, darling. Plenty of fight left in you.
She's coming.
You win the
There you go. Good job.
Good job.
I mean, wasn't that just nice? Wasn't that just a beautiful clip? Now, keep in mind, that was a solo queue, and that was against a 3-stack of Twitch streamer Dom2 Crack, a lot of ways, and one of their guys as well, which, by the way, they're Apex Predators. They've made it a lot further than I ever would in a Challenger Circuit tournament or anything like that, so it just feels good to finally be getting better at this game. I feel bad for Dom because, honestly, I have not let him live this one down, and I've been tweeting about it and talking about it to literally everybody, and I won't shut up about it because, quite frankly, it's probably the best thing I have going for me, honestly. The worst part is you didn't even watch it live. We're live every single Monday through Friday playing ranked streams in the middle of the day, which means we're live right now, by the way. So after this video is done, of course, make sure to check us out on stream. We're live on Kick and Twitch. Now, I also wanted to mention the unfortunate news. You guys have seen me report this video a couple of times, and it's been going back and forth. I've been reporting it accurate as I make the video, but it keeps changing. And so, unfortunately, the news has changed once again in what used to be a really bad sign for Apex Legends, because it seems like that Respawn had actually completely got rid of a big part of data mining, which allowed people to actually put the skins in game so you could see the actual skins in detail and know when they're coming in the shop, all of this stuff. Unfortunately, that seems to all be going away, so data mining is getting a really fat nerf. Now, it was supposed to happen to begin with. After Crowdrindo had posted this tweet, we're at the end game now, want to tell you guys what's going on. Basically, this might be the end of an era, unfortunately. Then he follows it up by saying, I'm blocking this tweet now because it's not accurate anymore. I've actually found a way to do all of this stuff and bypass this. Well, then he follows it up saying that after yesterday's patch, 2 days now, obviously, the new script changes added using patched RPACs, and as I thought, those cannot be exported in any way. We had a good run. Even Hypermist, a very well-known data miner and leaker as well, also posted on a tweet saying it may be the end of the road, and you can see all of the data miners from like past time and stuff, and then see how they're all just kind of looking over the horizon. Time is of the essence, and unfortunately time is ticking. It seems like it's just fading away. Now, just in case you're super into data mines and leaks and all of this stuff about new cosmetics and new items coming into the game, Crowdrindo did follow it up by saying it's not a big deal at season launch since there's no patched asset, but those small patches and big mid-season patches are going to be a massive pain in the butt now. This does not affect cosmetics in any way, but we won't be able to see any script changes mid-season unless obviously they find some way around it at some point. Note that this also breaks localizations, which means we won't be able to see the store rotation at mid-season anymore. And then also the in-game event showcases are gone as well. So some pretty unfortunate news if you're into that style of Apex Legends content as well. I know a lot of YouTubers still actually rely on some of this stuff, so it's gonna be really difficult for those people as well. Looks like this might be a buff for some of the OG Apex YouTubers as well. Now, speaking of buffs and speaking of nerfs, there was a patch obviously a couple of days ago which resulted in a little bit of a nerf for this whole Super Glide Revenant thing that was going on, and it seems like people were a little confused because it was not mentioned in the patch notes at all, and unfortunately it was going to be changing. A lot of people made videos about it, including myself, and then we found out from a Respawn developer and lead game designer Devin that the Super Glide plus Shadow Pounce combo was never intentional behavior, nor were the exploits that let you draw your weapon early. As far as we know, though, the Mantle bug where the Pounce auto triggers from Mantle is a bug, but it's likely that we'll see actual fixes for the animation cancel exploit and Super Glide Shadow Pounce in the near future. So basically what was happening and what was changing from the patch notes was a bug, and it is going to be fixed. However, what was being exploited in order to use that that mechanic is also going to be fixed. So it's like it was accidentally nerfed and it's going to get rebuffed and then it's going to get purposely nerfed. So yeah, a little weird update to that. I saw a lot of people commenting on yesterday's video like, oh, yo, Jay, they said that it was not intended and all of this stuff. It's coming back, and like it is coming back, but it's just going to get re-nerfed. Now, we actually found out that information because of an Ask Me Anything that Respawn was hosting. Basically, the simulacrum chats began after Respawn posted a tweet saying, get your questions in and now for joining the members of the narrative and design teams tomorrow, which obviously was August the 22nd, over on the Apex Legends subreddit to talk about lore, abilities, and his killer new look as well. Well, in this, obviously, they were answering questions, all things Revenant Reborn, specifically the abilities, lore, all of that stuff, and not necessarily about the state of the game. Now, Thornton Smash obviously was not very happy, along with a lot of other YouTubers and Twitch streamers and players as well, about the state of the game, besides the fact that ranked has gotten slightly better as well. Thornton Smash saying it's amazing that Apex Legends devs are on and Ask Me Anything on Revenant. And the number one asked question in that AMA, which I thought was pretty funny, you know, they're all there about talking about the lore and abilities, and everybody's supposed to be asking those questions. The number one asked question was not even about Revenant, had nothing to do with Revenant at all. It was about the current state of matchmaking and the game itself. And not one of those questions are actually being answered, unfortunately. He said, I'm all for talking about Revenant, but maybe a dev talk in real time about the game functioning might be a priority given the state of affairs. Now, of course, you wouldn't expect Revenant Reborn developers to talk about matchmaking. It's not their line of duty. It's not what they're doing. It's not really their job. And also, it's not the nature of what the Ask Me Anything was about to begin with. However, it does make sense that maybe they shouldn't even really be doing these kind of things until you, like, I guess, address the elephant in the room. I think that's what Thornton was just basically trying to say. It's not really that we were expecting them to address SBMM when they're clearly not like in that work at all. Like, they're just talking about abilities and Revenant specifically and the people that were behind it. But it's more so of like, it's really weird to come out and talk about this when there's a bigger problem at hand that you really need to talk about. Like, that's what really baffles me. If you just had people lined up and they were buying this service from you and they've used this service for so long and there was something wrong with it and they were like constantly lined up at your door like, we want answers about this, we want fixes about this, and then you just come out the store and instead of addressing the questions that they have, you just say, hey, we got a new sale on our TVs or something. Like, it just doesn't make any sense. Why are we talking about TVs when we got bigger problems about this other service? What even are those problems? Well, I gotta say, number one, before we talk about the problems, I do want to give some praise. Apex Ranked has been the most fun it has been in quite a while. I don't think it's at its best state, but I do think it's at a pretty good state. I've really enjoyed it and I've had a great time. Even though I am kind of confused as to why I'm playing Apex Predators when I'm in gold, it's still been pretty fun. But where's all the new modes that they used to bring every now and then? Where's, like, you know, fun game modes that we can play on the side? Because I still play Mixtape, by the way, and I'm really grateful that it's permanent now. But like, where's those extra modes that they were building all the time? And, you know, now that you've got permanent modes that are staying there, what happened to the, you know, third person mode stuff that we would get every now and then, and the armed and dangerous stuff that we would get every now and then, and these new gimmicky modes that they were building that were pretty fun? Like, the node thing is not even like the BR takeovers. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about actual modes. I'm talking about something that really changes the way you play the game quite a bit. Something more along the lines of like always be closing or the flashpoint, which I think some of those were battle royale takeovers as well. They really made the way you play the game a little bit different. I'm still voting for Gold Rush duos to come back, where we could just slingshot around as Pathfinder and Kraber everything, or third person mode, bro. That would be so fun. So not only the lack of content, but the influx of cheaters, unfortunately. If you guys have not heard already, over on my ALGS channel, we actually talked about this topic a little bit more in depth. The number one ranked player right now, the number one Apex Predator named Facilitator, has been exposed big time for cheating once again. He was actually already banned before, and for whatever reason, he got unbanned. They gave him another chance, even though it was a permanent ban. They decided to change their mind or something. I don't know what really happened, but he's back and he's number one pred, and everybody was trying to defend him again. Well, a lot of people were, and now he's been exposed again. His Watson had posted this video saying, you can't be serious. The guy clearly jumps into this house thinking the guy's inside, not realizing that his walls bamboozled him. He was on the other side of the wall, and the dude started shooting through the wall and tracking through the wall, wondering why it wasn't hitting him, just to realize that his wall hacks were bamboozling him, and he was behind it the whole time. I know a lot of you guys are probably happy about this exposure, because some of you have commented, and I've seen it in the past, that you think a lot of these top pros are cheating, and you know, they just haven't been caught yet. Obviously, the number one ranked Predator has already been suspected of cheating. Of course, now that he's exposed, this is going to probably lead into a ban. At least I hope. And there's a lot more clips than just what you're seeing right now. You may say, well, this isn't conclusive for me. There's many, many more if you guys want to go down the rabbit trail over on our ALGS channel to discover more as well. Or if you want to come into my stream right now live playing ranked on Kick or Twitch, I will also show you. I'll pull it up on Twitter and just show you live. So of course, if you guys enjoyed, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to click this video right here, produced by my editor, Novell, who's done a great job, honestly. And until next time, we'll see you all later, Gators.